right here will answer all the questions concerning the tithe, the sacrifices, and bringing anything to Yah as an obligation and following his laws righteously. Deuteronomy chapter 12. These are the statutes and judgments which you shall observe to do where? In the land which Yah, the God of your fathers, gives you to possess all the days that you live upon the earth. We're in our enemy's land right now. We're in exile. We're not in the promised land. So once we enter into the promised land, these are the things we should follow to do. 2, you should utterly destroy all the places where the nations you shall possess serve their gods, upon the high mountains, upon the hills, and under every green tree. You should break down their pillars, hew the groves with fire. You should hew down their images of their gods, destroy the names of them out of that place. So when we go to the promised land, we're supposed to destroy all the places where the false gods was worshipped. This is not a commandment that none of you people are doing right now, because it's a timing for this. This is only for to do when we go to the promised land. It says, you shall not do so unto Yah your God, but unto a place which Yah your God shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there. Now this is where we do our sacrifices and our tithes. Even unto his habitation shall ye seek, and there you shall come. And there you shall bring your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, and your tithes. And your tithes. He didn't tell you to take your tithes to the Sunday church. He didn't tell you to take your tithes to the lying Sunday preachers. So stop being fooled, people. And heave offerings of your hand, and your vows, and your freewill offerings, and your firstlings of your herds and of your flocks. And there you should eat before Yah your God, and you should rejoice in all that you put your hand to, and your household where Yah has blessed you. Now this is going to be a double, because a lot of you people try to serve the Sabbath, or you try to celebrate the Sabbath. Ain't no Sabbath right now. Yah took that. And we can't rest in our enemy's land. And he's about to tell you all this in one chapter. All right. You shall not do after all the things which you do here today. So everything that you're doing now is wrong. Mostly all of it, because you have not been taught by the seed of David. You shall not do after all the things which we do here today. Every man does whatsoever right in his own eyes. All right. This talking about y'all fake Sabbath. Why? For you have not come to the rest and to the inheritance which Yah your gods give you. Your God has given you. So we ain't even come to the rest yet. You can't get the rest of Yah. You're only going to get a little sleep, but you're being oppressed in your enemy's land, so you cannot rest. Watch this. But when you go over the Jordan and dwell in the land which Yah your God gives you to inherit, and when he give you rest, that's when he going to give you rest from all your enemies round about, so that you dwell in safety. And there shall be a place which Yah your God shall choose to call his name to dwell there. The reason I say name where it says Lord and God, because his name is Yah. His name is not Lord of God. Anybody can be called Lord of God. That's a title. He said to call his name to dwell there. And there shall you bring all that I command you. Point blank simple. There you should bring all that I command you. Your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tithes. Show this to your lying pastors and your deacons, your people in the church that's been deceived. There you should bring your tithes. You can't call y'all a liar. And your heave offerings of your hand, and all the vows which you should vow unto Yah. So all this is to be done where? It tells you, these are the statutes and judgments which you shall observe to do in the land. So people, just with all the deception and stuff, you know, we got to come out of all that. You know what I'm saying? The real teacher is here. The wonderful counselor that's prophesied. The king that's prophesied. Matter of fact, the scriptures talk about us having a king that's among us. We can see that in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Watch this. All right. It tells us, you know, we go to it. Isaiah, Deuteronomy 28. Here we go, 28 and 36. And Yah shall bring you and who? Your king, which you shall set over you. He letting us know right there we're going to have a king, and we're going to have a king when we go to the promised land. But our king is among us in the land of exile. Yah shall bring you and your king, which you shall set over you, unto a nation which neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you shall serve other gods, wood and stone. These things have already happened, people. These things have been prophesied, okay? Our king is among us. Yah done sent us over here, and we must not be paying all our money to these Christian churches. They've been lying and deceiving us. We must seek our king, who's going to lead us up out of this captivity. And it's simple. There are many precepts to go with this. You can't, how can you read this and ignore that? It says, Yah shall bring you and your king, which you shall set over you. We're going to choose our king. Our nation will choose our king. Okay? Let's turn to, this is real quick. This is a real quick study. And, you know, excuse my Bible because I use it so much. Some pages, you know what I'm saying, have gotten a little missing or whatever. All right, let's go to, let's see, Hosea, if I can find it. Hosea chapter 1. Hosea chapter 1. Ezekiel. Y'all bear with me a second. I'm trying to get y'all these scripts. All right. Hosea chapter 1. And it tells us right here. All right. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. This is 1 and 10. Which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them that you are not my people, it should be said unto them that you are the sons of the living Yah. Then the children of Judah and the children of Israel should be gathered together and do what? Appoint themselves one head, and they shall come out of the land. Just like Yah told us in Deuteronomy 28 and 36, it say we shall set a king over us. It tells us all this is prophecy. We should appoint themselves one head. It's going to be one man. Hosea chapter 3, same thing. You know, precept upon precept. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, without a prince, without a sacrifice, without an image, without an ephod, without a teraphim. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek Yah their God and David their king, and shall fear Yah and his goodness in the latter days. When it says David their king, it's not talking about David from back then. Just like when Yah says Jacob my servant, he's only talking to the children of Israel when he says Jacob and when he says Israel. So when he says David, he's talking about the seed of David, the lineage of David, someone from his seed. Okay? We're gonna do, matter of fact, let me continue with this. Let's go to Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 2. So many precepts that's about our king. We can't ignore this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're supposed to do. All right. Another one about the Sabbath and the kingship. Y'all words are perfect. All right. 6. He has violently taken away his tabernacle as if it were a garden. He has destroyed his places of assembly. Yah has caused the solemn feasts and the Sabbaths to be what? Forgotten in Zion. That means ain't no child of Israel will know when the Sabbath is. We can't keep Yah's Sabbath because he caused it to be forgotten in Zion. And he despised the inclination of his anger, the king and the priest. He cast off his altar and hoarded his sanctuary. He hated his own sanctuary. He has given it up into the hand of the enemy, the walls of her places. He has made a noise in the house of Yah in the day of the solemn feast. And Yah has purposed to destroy the Yah, the wall of the daughter of Zion. And he has stretched out a line, and he has not withdrawn his hand from destroying. Therefore he made a rampart and the wall to lament and languish together. Her gates are sunk into the ground. He's talking about Israel. And he has destroyed and broken her bars. Look what the next line says. Her king and her princes are among the Gentiles. The law is no more, and her prophets find no vision from Yah. So that tells you right there, that's why we can't keep the Sabbath. The law was no more. He took it all away. Our king is among the Gentiles. Now we must return to Yah so we can keep his laws and statutes. We got to learn his ways and his precepts, okay? And we must seek our king who is among the Gentiles here in the land with us. You know, I'm going to do more studying on this. I want to do a quick video on this so I can shut down this tithing. I can shut down this Sabbath thing all in one. Take these scriptures, write them down, take them to your people, observe them carefully, and make sure you're doing what's right about Yah. All right? Yahudah Yatorah. And I'm out. Praise God.